The canteen buzzed with the issue of whether it was permissible to run on the spot every 3 minutes for religious reasons in class, and within no time at all the University of Tewkesbury divided into Wimbo supporters and anti-Wimbos. Sophia Alderson moved into a bedsit in South London after her parents left the country. She was so holy she never made any friends. Men fell helplessly in love with her, of course, normally about 3 a day. Sophia was only interested in Jesus Christ. All the men who fell in love with Sophia ended up Christian. In fact, the only man who fell hopelessly in love with Sophia Alderson and not become a Christian was Edgar Malroy. Sophia Alderson was so holy that she found it very hard to keep jobs, and she was always breaking down in joy at God's love, underlining passages from the Bible, or praying. Despite this, Sophia somehow managed to get through enough money to visit Lourdes, where she became very ill, along with around 3,000 other pilgrims. While recovering in hospital, she had her third vision. The Virgin Mother in a hot air balloon tapped on the window of the hospital. Sophia believed that the Holy Mother was trying to send her a message. Sophia never found out what the message was, though she thought it might have something to do with the structure of a carbon dioxide molecule. At first, a handful, then a number of students converted to Wimboism in sympathy for Edgar Malroy's plight. Towards the end, about a third of the student population had run on the spot, at least half-heartedly. Edgar Malroy held services in the grounds of the college at the most ridiculous times. He told his congregation that only men with red hair and 2 older sisters had souls. He told them that the universe was shaped like a vagina. He told them yellow was a better colour than green. He told them God was a just being who didn't like beekeepers or jelly. He slept with nearly half the girls on campus. Then a group of Wimbo supporters insisted on starting their praying with their left feet instead of their right. Eventually the sect became fully independent, accusing Edgar of being a false prophet. The lefters, as they became known, were still going strong years later, mostly in Gloucester, although a few had settled in Hull by 2024. Then everyone went home for the vacation, and Edgar Malroy was informed that he had failed his first year. He had run on the spot every 3 minutes during his exams, and was not encouraged to sit retakes in the summer. "I learned one thing, though, at Tewkesbury," Edgar Malroy used to say. "People sure are nuts." Edgar Malroy then went and had a passage of Nietzsche's Twilight of the Idols tattooed on his left buttock. Sophia Alderson, when fully recovered, left Lourdes and returned to London, where she became a taxi driver. Whenever anyone got in her taxi, she would ask them where they were going, heaven or hell. There were hundreds of Bibles in the back seat of Sophia's taxi. Sophia Alderson claimed, a week after starting work as a taxi driver, to have picked up the Virgin Mother in Sloane Square and taken her to the Ideal Home exhibition at Earl's Court. By that point, 324 men had fallen in love with Sophia after they had climbed into her cab. They all became Christians. 13 loved Sophia so much they became priests. 4 were so crazy about her they were monks within weeks. 2 months later, after Sophia had been given the sack from her cab company, at 3 in the morning on the 19th of August, in her tiny bedsit, the Virgin again appeared to Sophia. She was standing in front of me, a yard or 2 away, her hands together in prayer. She had a Walkman on, but I couldn't hear any music. The Virgin told Sophia all the things that meant you went to hell. Sophia took notes. I had not been back to the metaphysical betting shop for nearly 3 months. I had, though, watched Edgar's commercial on the portable TV our floor manager kept in his office. The commercial showed Edgar in front of the metaphysical betting shop. The question mark on the spire now flashed in neon. He wore a cheap suit. He kept on pointing at the camera. This is the sort of thing he said. "Edgar Malroy here, inviting all of you with a religious or mystical inclination to pop into the metaphysical betting shop and place a bet. You believe in something you can't prove? Something beyond sensory experience? Then why not come in and make a bet here at the Metaphysical Betting Shop? What have you got to lose? Come on, I dare you. Show me just how faithful you are. Put your money where your metaphysics are. Then a voiceover gave the location of the Metaphysical Betting Shop, while the camera zoomed unsteadily in on the flashing question mark. A catchy tune would play then, and a warning would flash on the screen, saying that you had to be over 18 to bet. Put your money where your metaphysics are, was Edgar Malroy's little slogan. It was all over the place, at bus stops, on billboards, in the papers. The Metaphysical Betting Shop was making a fine American profit.